What's going on, everyone? It's been a long time since I've done anything with this channel, really. It's been a long time since I've done any type of music review, and I thought it would be good to come back with this because iDubbbz just dropped his content cop on Rice Gum. He disguised it as a content cop for Jake Paul, which is pretty brilliant. Make sure you guys watch it before you watch this. Make sure because you got to see the music video too, really soak it in. But I'm going to be breaking down the music video and reviewing it because I thought that was something that a lot of people aren't really doing, and it's something that, you know, let's give this an honest shot. Let's actually absorb it and then see what it kind of deserves. Like, is it really a good track, or is it just a good track in context of the content cop? So this track is called Asian Jake Paul, featuring Boyinaband, and it's just a diss track. And Boyinaband, I know a lot of people haven't heard of him, even though he has like over 1 million subs. He's somebody that I heard of because my ex-girlfriend showed him to me, and actually I think he's really good. He's a really good guy. He does a lot of cool stuff. He does a lot of hip hop, a lot of spoken word type of stuff. Sometimes he's mocking them, sometimes he does other things, because you can tell by the way that he dresses into metal, and he does collabs with other people that are into metal and that do some of the bigger people on YouTube. So I've come across him quite a few times, and I think he was the perfect person to reach out, you know, the iDubbbz to reach out to and collab, because why not? Especially this being iDubbbz or Ian's first like hip-hop track or anything that he really recorded as far as music goes. I mean, just listening to it and absorbing it, it's actually really good. As far as, like, you know, there's a lot of people that are absolutely terrible, and then they use just as much studio magic as possible to make them sound decent, like what's pretty much happened with Rice Gum, with his Ghost Rider and everything that he's done. But this is a little bit different, and one thing that I really appreciate is that Ian and I don't know this guy's name, the dude from Boyinaband, I forgot his name, excuse me, but they actually they posted something on his own his YouTube channel breaking down the whole process of like recording this song, and I appreciate that too, because it really shows the behind the scenes and showing how everything's done. And that's what a lot of people that are terrible artists will never share that with you, because obviously they'll be exposed. But we already know Ian's not a fucking hip-hop artist, so that was something that was actually really cool.
I wanna be gay, cause you're fucked and I wanna savor it. But it's cool after smashing you off PayPal, you 2K.
Now, if you really want to hook somebody, it's really important to open up really strong, and that's exactly what he did. Just use that, you know, I want to be gay, and just kind of, and was in that green screen suit thing that he used for that one iconic "I'm gay" line that he said.
I'm gay. Talk like you eating some paste. Hey, is that your IQ or your age? Hey, say to your audience face. Hey, how Jacob's notorious taste.
Flow's on point, using that kind of trap flow that a lot of people use. I'm not the biggest fan of it, but like I said, this is a joke trap. It's not like he's an actual hip-hop artist, you know, this, and all things considered, like, it's on point. You know, he probably did a lot of takes, but who the hell doesn't? A lot of people, especially when I started rapping back in the day, man, I remember doing some takes, I'm talking about 40, 50 times, because it just sounds so terrible to me, or sometimes I'm off or whatnot, and you know, it's all good. And I just gotta say, man, I'm actually really impressed with how well this flowed. I'm really impressed with Ian's voice. That's actually something that I wasn't sure how he was gonna sound, like, say, when I first saw that there was gonna be a diss track, because before I watched the content cop, I already saw that there was, on his second channel, the diss track was up. So I'm just like, I wonder what his voice sounds like. Here it is. And it's actually pretty, I'm like, wow, this is Ian? This is iDubbbz? Fuck me.
Look afraid, must have seen a ghost rider. Well, ditto, little bitch, but I'm not scared to show mine. Woo! You've been pretending ever since your little rice bowls descended.
And like I talked about before, he went to the dude from Boyinaband and talking about he's the Ghost Rider, and that's exactly what it is. And he says he's not afraid to show it, just like, you know, because of Rice Gum acting like he writes everything, but clearly he has a Ghost Rider. I mean, obviously, when you hear the stuff that he recorded back in the day.
4 mil, you at 700K, and you used to call me every day. I'm the reason you got some fame.
You know, that's just not straight up progression. There's definitely a lot of in between. There's some stuff that's Ghost Riders. A lot of people in the mainstream, when it comes to hip hop and pop and whatnot, have Ghost Riders. You know that if you look at their tracks, if you look at the credits, it always says written by this and that. You'll see that certain songs may have multiple writers, and that's what it is, man. And my whole thing is, why not? If you're not writing your own shit, why not just say, man? To me, you're not gonna lose any respect. You're not gonna lose any respect if you give these people credit. Just be like, oh, those people are dope. Those people are really dope, and hey, your voice sounds good on it. Why the hell not? But I digress. That was just a perfect way to shit on Rice Gum even more, because this is a diss track. Keep in mind, this diss track, so he has to dig into him as much as possible, and that's a big one right there. But I want to switch gears a little bit and talk about the music video. The music video is fantastic. It is so entertaining. It has so many elements to it. It's very colorful. Just like the beat itself, it really matches the beat. There's a lot of craziness going on. A lot of people wilding out. A lot of famous YouTubers there. H3H3, Eric from Internet Common Etiquette, PewDiePie. Just there's I think Jack Films is there. Just a lot of people, a lot of big names. And it's just like when it comes to a diss track goes, and having all those big names come in there, especially when you're name dropping someone like PewDiePie and he shows up, that's pretty serious shit right there. That's like creme de la creme. That is fantastic. That is how you do a diss track. That is how you really go in on somebody. And like I said, like, and I know I'm talking about the music video right now, but like I said, just listening to it, as you're watching it and listening to it, like everything flows and it's on point. It's not cringy at all. Like, I'm not a huge fan of the beat, like I said before, but it's all on point. It all matches. It's actually a beautiful ensemble. It's really good. Now, just as a fan of hip-hop, if I didn't know any of these people on YouTube, you know, any of the people that are featured or who it's about, and I just heard this track pop up on my Spotify, I would probably think it's a pretty bad track. I wouldn't listen to it again. I would probably skip over and be like, this is garbage. But, you know, with all the context provided, with everything that you know, if you know who's in it, if you know what it's about, this is a fantastic feature. This is really good. This is something that I'm actually really impressed at, and a stupid and cheesy way, almost kind of like happy for iDubbbz that you know, because there's so many times when you hear these diss tracks, and I'm talking about from people that been rapping for a while, like somebody even like KSI, when I hear his diss tracks, a lot of times they're just really fucking cringy to me. Like really cringy because how serious they're trying to be. And I'm like, I'm sorry, man, it's really hard for me to take you serious when you're just beefing about stupid internet YouTube drama. Like, and so you take a road like this, like iDubbbz and Boyinaband, make it like fun, quirky, the beat's quirky, all the lyrics are absolutely ridiculous. I mean, it's just perfect, like great ensemble, like I said before. It's funny how when you're giving context to something, how much something could really improve, because so if I were like to actually score this, like I said before, as a fan of music, not knowing who they were, I probably wouldn't give this much. I probably wouldn't even give it over a 5 or something. I'd be like, oh, this is kind of trashy. I don't know what this is terrible. But then just knowing who all these people are, being a fan of some of these people, and not just being like biased, but just knowing the entire situation. Even if I was probably a fan of Rice Gum, I would probably have to admit that, damn, these guys destroyed Rice Gum. They actually went in pretty hard, you know, and that probably, you know, that did happen because you saw how many subscribers Rice Gum initially lost. So you have to imagine that a lot of his fans at least thought that this shit was pretty good, you know, as far as the content cop goes too. They probably thought just the whole package was the total package. But yeah, with everything being said, all the context being put into there, I'm gonna have to give this, like, you know, I want to give it a 10. I honestly want to give it a 10 because I love it, but I just got to be reasonable and just give it an 8. I just give it an 8 because, like I said, I still am not in love with the beat. I get it. It works for what they're doing, but it's still also, I can't really just completely get into it. I'm more just kind of reading along and laughing and smiling at all the stuff that's going on, but it's still like a little bit too quirky for my taste, you know? A little bit too quirky, but 8, man. That's good shit, man. I actually would love, because one reason why I've been kind of busy and I haven't really been posting as much is because I'm kind of trying to get back into the music industry. I've been kind of doing a lot of things behind the scenes with myself, trying to prepare for things, and I would love to start recording and doing different collabs with certain people. And I've collabed with iDubbbz technically once before, where I had him feature in one of my videos, so I would actually love to do something like this with him, you know, just messing around track or something like that, or even with Boyinaband. I would love to collab with some of these people. But that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the review. Let me know what you guys think about the track. Let me know what you would rate it, what you guys think is overall. If you're anticipating Rice Gum's response, like his actual genuine response, I can't wait to see what the hell is going to happen, because you already know every time people respond to these content cops, it never helps them. It usually, and they end up worse off, and then they take a huge bump to their career. But, you know, some people, if they're good, they'll recover. And I know a lot of Rice Gum's fans are really brainless morons, so he'll just take just a huge L for the time being. After a while, it'll be over. He'll be doing the stupid shit that he always does. But you guys have a wonderful day, and yeah, man, do drugs and shit. Something.